Hello, my name is Pete Vowles. I'm the British Ambassador to Zimbabwe.
And I'm Folake, the Nubian Queen, the International African.
Now, I've been in Zimbabwe for about 6 months, and wherever I go, I come across Zimbabweans doing incredible things, not only here in Zimbabwe, but also around the world, and especially for me in the UK. So these are experts in their fields. It could be in the arts, it could be academic, it could be science, it could be in sporting, doing really, really amazing things. So Folake and I got together and thought it would be useful to bring you some of these stories. So in each episode, we'll sit down with a cup of tea and have a conversation with one of those Zimbabweans living and working in the United Kingdom, and we will talk to them about their career journey, how they got to where they are, any advice they might have for other young people in Zimbabwe, and really just get a sense of what's made them what they are today. So I hope you'll be as inspired as we are meeting these individuals over the course of the coming months. And let's kick off. Folake, who are we talking to today?
Today I'm quite excited. We're talking to Tendai Murairwa. She is in the UK. She started a new career at 40 years old. She moved there looking for greener pastures. She didn't know what was waiting for her. Now she's a fashion designer. She's a creator. And she's also a thought leader as well as an influencer. She started off working with NHS in the UK in the sewing room for Doncaster Homeless Service. I hope I said that right. Yeah. And eventually she got a qualification, she upped her skill, and now she's a qualified costume designer, and she even has a fashion label which is called Teestyletribe. I'm quite excited for you to meet her. She's been involved in quite a few things as far as her life in the UK is concerned. She's been on TV talking in terms of fashion. She's heavily involved in the cultural as well as the creative industry out there in the UK, and she'll be speaking to us from Doncaster today. That almost sounds funny to say Doncaster because I'm thinking donkey, but she'll be speaking to us from Doncaster in the UK.
Well, and yes, for those of you who don't know Doncaster or aren't familiar with Doncaster, it is an ancient city in the kind of north of the UK. It's famous for its railways and for horse racing. In fact, the Doncaster Cup is the oldest horse racing championship in the world, I'm told. It's also in South Yorkshire, not far from Sheffield and the wonderful Peak district. Tendai, you've already had quite an impact in Yorkshire, featuring in the Yorkshire Fashion Week. Do you want to tell us a bit more about that?
Oh, amazing. Yeah, so when I moved to the UK, I moved to Yorkshire, so Yorkshire has been my home. So when I started sewing, the creative director of York Fashion Week said to me, I love your prints and I love your work. Would you like to, to get your work featured in York Fashion Week? I wasn't sure, but yes, last year, September, I had my designs in York, and that was amazing. And BBC Yorkshire as well were there to, to see all this amazing work of African prints walking around on the runway in York. So that was amazing.
Wow. I don't know if you know this, Tendai. The United Nations is actually blowing out vuvuzelas to women like yourself this month, as it is International Women's Day and Women's Month in a sense. And they're pushing the theme, invest in women, accelerate progress. Now, I'm sure coming from Africa, from Zimbabwe, you probably also know that women make up a big chunk of our informal sector. We are also the biggest contributor to our economy. So I'm sure for you, it's no surprise that when a woman gains a new skill, the whole community gains. I wanted to know from you, Tendai, if you can tell us what it's been like for you being a Zimbabwean woman who's thriving in her work, economically empowered, and expressing herself in your designs in the UK.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you. And this means a lot to me because as women, we are underrepresented. I mean, I was raised with power horses, my mom, my grandma, with the whole village. And I think for me as well, to do what I do is I always look in the future to give back, to come back to Zimbabwe, to give back to the women of Zimbabwe, to share all my skills and, to make them rise up like I did as well. So, yeah, it's just an important time for me to be a woman right now.
And one of the things we often talk about, Tendai, in connection with the fashion industry, both whether that be here in Zimbabwe and Africa or in the UK, is sustainability. And I think, Anson, that's something you've been quite keen to promote. Is that right?
That's true. I think nowadays it's as a small brand, sustainability has to be the core thing in your brand. And I think again, it's why are we not reusing what we already have? I mean, if you look in your wardrobe, you got so many clothes, but you go out and buy some more instead of just reusing, or give it to somebody else, or there's lots of things that we could be doing with our clothes. And that same when I came to Zimbabwe, that you walk around, there's so much clothes that have been donated, but again, some of them end up in the landfills because people don't know what to do with them. So we could cut all those clothes, make fabrics, make new design, make furnishings. There's so much we could do with the, in terms of sustainability.
We also hear that you're now on TV, Channel 4, is it? And you have an agent now.
Oh, no. So I was there is on Channel 4 there is a program called Steps Back Lunch. It's normal there. Last December was the final. I was a lunch mate on that channel, so I would go every week. So they would talk about anything from politics to fashion to food, whatever they talk about, and you kind of just contribute to that TV. So it has been part of my life for the past year, and that's gone. But now I'm a regular model on the ITV this morning. So where I go, again, my love of clothes has led me to all these amazing things that I never thought would happen to me. So yeah, it's just been incredible.
It's really fantastic, Tendai, just to hear your story as a Zimbabwean woman living in the UK, making such an important influence and impact on British society and arts, as you're talking about, just being on Channel 4 and ITV. These are major news channels, and the fact that you're there shaping and influencing the debate in the UK is just fantastic to hear about.
Oh, thank you.
And you're obviously setting an example as a female leader in the creative industries. One of the things that, when you think about it from a Zimbabwean perspective, it would seem sometimes that the sort of potential of fashion and textile industry hasn't necessarily been recognised in Africa. Is this something you agree with, sort of from the outside looking back home?
Yeah, exactly. It's not. I mean, I look back in people like my dad. My dad was a teacher. He was a head teacher, actually. So to say to him, right, I want to be a fashion designer, is like, what are you doing? It's not something that you don't say to your parents, I want to be. You got to be a doctor, a teacher, of which, most of my sisters and my brother, they're all kind of teachers, nurses and all that, which is so bad, because I think we need to promote much. We need to put so much money in creatives, because that's what shapes the world. We can't all be doctors, and we can't all be teachers and all that. So for me, I look back now and I think I spent most of my life not being happy doing what the society wants me to do, instead of focusing on my true passion, which was my true passion, which is fashion. But again, in Zimbabwe, it's not recognized. But then I want to change that. I want to come back and look to those young girls and say, you know what, you can achieve it. We want to see your amazing designs on the London Fashion Week. We want to see it in Milan. You can achieve all those things. You can't be just be who you want to be. But like you said, Steve, it's true. We don't recognize fashion as something important, and I think it really needs to change.
Yeah, I want to come back again to our Women's Day theme. Investing in women might also mean you being able to pivot, right? Go down a lane that you did, never thought you're going to go on. Sometimes you don't even know if it's going to go down well. And I have a feeling COVID had something to do with this for you, because for most of us, COVID changed the way we see ourselves, pursuing dreams. Did COVID have anything to do with this, Tendai?
Yeah, I mean, COVID was life-changing for me, because I think that's where everything began. Because for years I came to the UK like any immigrant. All you do is all you wait for is that check at the end of the month. It's you're just leaving for that check to come. You pay your bills, and that's about it. But COVID came, you know, you lose people, and I just thought, no, I'm gonna do what I want to do. You know, no matter how difficult it is, I'm gonna go and seek for those opportunities. Because you come here as an immigrant, and you always look on TV and see other people, and you never think you could do it. But I just remember that, you know what, we all same. I'm sure I could be on those platforms if I want to. So COVID came, I bought myself a sewing machine, I taught myself to sew properly, and people were like, oh, I like that. And I started selling to people, and I just, because I couldn't afford to go to a fashion school, I applied to the NHS and say, look, I can use a sewing machine. Can I come and be a sewing assistant in the sewing room? They were like, yeah, come on. And I started working for the NHS, you know, just end COVID. So would make the nurses' uniforms, the doctors' uniforms. And from that, I learned to use the sewing machine, the embroidery machines, everything that I could. Which it gave me the power that I could do it. I could start my own brand. So after I finished with the NHS, I applied with the Screen Yorkshire. It's in Leeds, and I was one of the oldest people there. I mean, at 40, I had young girls who were like 21, and I was, you know, doing a costume design trainee. And after that, I was working behind the Emmerdale, dressing the cast. I worked on some Netflix documentaries and TV dramas. You know, I've met people like you, McGregor. So it's opened so much opportunities that I always look back and go, why did you not do this 10, 20 years ago? What were you scared of? And I think we are always scared of the unknown. We're always scared of starting again. We're always worrying, you know, people are like, oh, are you not too old? Oh, can you do it? Ooh. But I think if you want something so bad, go and chase it. No matter how hard, and be a pain to people. I was a pain to people. If I can't make something, I would ring the police and show me how to put a button or what do I do, and I would do it. You know, so I think you're forever looking for opportunities every day, just to follow your dreams. So COVID to me was an eye opener, and it also changed my life. So yeah.
Wow.
Wow. What a great story, and a great story of that, as you say, that pivot, that having been in a different career and just at the age of 40, completely transforming it and going for it, and being where you are today, Tendai. Thank you. That's so inspiring. I feel like compelled to do the same at some point. No, thank you for giving us some of your time to talk through that story, and particularly that sort of that pivot and that advice to other young people out there thinking, use it, as you said, using the example you gave of using COVID as an opportunity to completely redefine. So definitely, huge thanks, Tendai.
Yeah, and you can start with nothing, and don't be scared. Reach out to people for advice, and because no one is going to come to you. You're going to have to go to them. So if you want something, go and reach out to those people and show that this is what I can do. Can you help me? Can you guide me? There's thousands of people who are willing to help anyone. So yes. So my goal is to come back to Zimbabwe and to use what I have learned to all those wonderful young women and boys. I want to, all my skills, all my knowledge, I want to come back to, my birth country and make it work.
I also learned that you are a mom to boys, Tendai. Has that had any influence on
I'm a mom of three boys. My eldest son is serving in the Royal Navy, the British Royal Navy. So he's stationed in America right now. So he lives in Virginia. And I've got two young boys who are at high school now. So yeah, I've got three boys, and they've been part of this journey. I mean, from taking me photos to helping me write my websites to making me, they have just seen, they've just been my greatest inspiration. They just go, oh, come on, Mom, just do it. Today I told them about today, and they were so happy for me, and they can't wait to come back from school and hear everything that I've been talking to you guys.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Thank you. Well, thanks for for your insights. Thanks for. I know that our listeners will have really enjoyed listening to your story, listening to how you've the influence you're having on the UK and global fashion industry. So thank you for your time. I hope that listeners have enjoyed Tendai's story and being with Folake and I, talking to Tendai and I think it will be as inspired as we are from her story. Yes,
and you certainly can join us again next month for a good old-fashioned cup of tea, as well as chatting and catching up with some outstanding Zimbabweans who are doing the most out in the UK, right here on Capital 100.4 FM, Harare's Heartbeat, as we celebrate my ambassador, Edu.
Till next time.